Welcome. Hello.
Whoa, Kieran.
No. This is the Grant segment.
Grant.
I am your replacement brown-headed man with a beard.
Yep. I guess Grant has a beard.
Yeah.
It's not too beardy, but it's a beard. It's kind of,
It is post stubble. It is a beard.
yeah.
Yep.
Post stubble.
Hi everybody. This is Anime FMK, super special My Hero time that we have together. Every week we talk about My Hero, except when we don't, but this week we are. I'm Ben.
I'm Scott.
I'm Lanny.
And today we're launching right in there. We got another E3 press conference to watch.
At 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. We want to make sure we don't go late.
Busy
late
day.
O'clock.
So Ben, what happened on My Hero Academia this week?
In episode 48, Bakugo and all the villains in the villain bar get zippy-zapped over to the Nomu factory with All Might in hot pursuit. All Might duels All For One, while Bakugo tries to evade the villains in a 6-on-1. Deku's group comes up with a big silly combo move where everybody gets something to do except for the girl, and they manage to extract Bakugo without engaging in direct combat with the villains. All Might finally lands a good hit on All For One, but begins to revert to his skinny form. As he zippy-zaps away, All For One says some cryptical bullshit about the previous holder of One For All, who was apparently related to Bad Touch, so there's that.
All right. That is a very apt description. I will say that the previous episode, never have I been cliffhanged more than by the post-credit, just him floating there. Everybody looks like they're fucking dead. And I'm just like, what now?
I like cliffhanged as a more PC version of blue balled. I just got cliffhanged. I like.
No,
that.
I got
like
cliff hung bad.
Yeah.
I'm cliff hung like a horse over here.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. We got it. Yeah. So, by the way, I like the fact that you pointed out the only reason Yayorozu is there is because they realized it was a total sausage fest without a girl. But when it came to the actual fighting, it's like, yeah, you know, Yayorozu, you just stand over there, and all us dudes are gonna do our big O combo.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna like reveal something like that. You know,
Yeah.
she had something going on there, but no, not a part of that plan. She's just gonna book it with. She's just gonna get the hell out of there. Man,
So did Best Jeanist get straight murdered?
right? He got straight Vegeta.
Yeah, he got
like
a hole,
bam!
got a hole right in his stomach. That was brutal. That's
Yep.
maybe not more brutal than what the show is accustomed to, but still
Probably
high
one of the
up there.
most brutal things we've seen.
Pretty. Cause yeah.
And this is a show where where the protagonist constantly shatters his own ligaments and bones into thousands of pieces of shrapnel.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's self-inflicted. I
Yeah.
think this might be the most severe-looking straight-up injury inflicted on a person by another person in this show.
Yeah.
That shot where he's just like laying there, it's like he's getting up. No. Boom! Like, all I could think of is that moment where like Frieza just shoots Vegeta straight in through the lungs and just, god damn, like he's dead. He's just, I don't see a way through this. I mean, sure, it's shonen and like, you know, oh man, sure, my arms don't work anymore, but I can still punch kind of stuff. But, oh my god.
I moved my organs out of the way with my blue gene fibers. It's part of my power set that I've never mentioned before.
Yeah, my clothes went inside me. Which, by the way, getting a little bit of description on his powers was kind of cool.
So yeah, we're seeing it's really interesting because first of all, we get Paper Dude. Paper Dude, like last week, already did some cool shit with being able to not only slipping out of doors like that, but also just stab people on the inside and knock them out with that. I thought that was really neat. But here we see a guy who can control fibers of clothes, and when you hear that, you think, well, that's kind of a useless power.
Yeah, and
but
even like All For One starts in like, I don't really need that. You only like, it's only good because you mastered it.
Yeah, and that's such a cool comment from him. That's him being like, no, I only need powers that are just powerful. That's my whole thing. Like, I'm not going to take time to learn how to use your one specific power that's worthless to me.
Like, I got baby's first power here. Like, this is, I can make nukes with my finger. Okay, I'll do that. Just little things like that. And the one thing I cannot remember for the life of me, the Wild Pussycat that he captured. What was her power again?
Her power is something about data search. Man, I wish I could remember her power specifically. I bet you something in the chat's going to say.
I looked it up at one point to try and remember, like, is this something that he's going to want to steal? And I don't
I
know.
think
Like,
it
is
is.
her
confirmed-
brain just Wikipedia or something?
I think it is confirmed that he did steal her power.
Yes.
It's certainly seems so.
Yeah.
And when he steals the power, is it like their power is now gone? They do not have it anymore? Ooh, damn.
Yeah, he's all Siler about it.
Okay.
Only he doesn't.
No, not Siler. He's Siler's, and for whatever reason, like all of their dads about it.
Oh yeah. Siler's. Oh
not
my
your
God.
power anymore, Peter.
It's mine now.
Her quirk allows her to observe and monitor up to 100 people at a time, including their location and weak points.
Oh.
yeah, that's a pretty useful power.
That seems like something you do not want this dude to have.
No,
Yeah, actually.
not particularly.
Yeah, it's a good power. So.
It's also interesting seeing the dynamic between All for One and antagonist boy, like
Shigaraki?
Yeah, Shigaraki.
Yeah.
Sorry. Pitted up against All Might and Midoriya, like just seeing that relationship actually makes Shigaraki much more interesting to me. Like when he first just started showing up as angsty gamer kid, I'm just like, okay. Then his power shows. Then he tells what his power is. Like that's pretty cool. But like actually giving him motivation and showing that I'm not sure what All for One's plan is with the kid. Whether it's like Orochimaru-esque, where it's like I'm gonna take his body, or if it's going to be like I just need somebody in the next generation to pass all of this shit I have onto, and it needs to be somebody that can carry on my will.
Yeah, the whole thing with Bakugo is really interesting in this arc, in his relation to like why Shigaraki wants him and why I'm gonna say All for One. I can't remember is that the only name they've given him? I feel like
I think All Might has said his name at one point, but
Yeah.
I don't recall for the life of me.
Although my favorite, the one of the best parts of this arc is just All One's relationship with Shigaraki, figuring out exactly what their dynamic is. That he is basically a protege. Like, he's grooming Shigaraki to be the next big villain, which is way better than Shigaraki being on his own. Like, up until now, he has proven to be incompetent. He does not know how to do this, even though he is about as evil as they come. He's evil, he's very dangerous, but he's incompetent, and that's been the thing that's, constantly tripped him and the League of Villains up.
I think it is real interesting to see, they got the whole Sith apprentice thing going on.
Yeah.
But
Especially with that fucking mask.
Yeah. But where the normal dynamic there is, oh shit, you failed me. He's just like, hey, we'll try again. No biggie.
Like, you keep going until you win. I believe in you. And that's just like, that's an interesting relationship for a villain to have. And can I just like go into costume real quick? At what point did he decide that, I just want a hand on my face? That's a look. This is what I want all the time. This is my view.
I can't remember what the context of the hand is or if we've even heard it yet. But yeah, the hand's creepy. Hand is super creepy.
Also, they name dropped the previous One for All. What was their name again?
Oh, damn it.
Nana Shimura.
Shimura.
Yep.
For some reason, the name Shimura stood out to me. Like, I couldn't remember why.
It's Shigaraki's real name. She's related to him.
There we go. That was why.
Probably his mom. Yeah, I had to look it up to make sure. For a show that wants every character to have 3 names for some goddamn reason, dropping a big cliffhanger like that, relying on me knowing Shigaraki's real name when half the time I can't even remember Shigaraki. I call him fucking Bad Touch.
I can't remember
'Cause it's in
Yao
the-
Yoyozu.
Yeah.
Yayarozu, yeah. Well, that's only because I love that name, Yayarozu.
I like the character. I just cannot remember the name for the life of me.
I had to practice that name, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah. Shigaraki's is involved in this in a big way. And yeah, I got to admit, I absolutely love his relationship with All for One because it shows you just how spoiled Shigaraki is. Because I feel like All for One is this parent who's like, no, it's okay, we'll try again later. I'll clean up your mess. Don't worry. And it's like
Total helicopter parent. And it is, you want the villains to be foils for the heroes, and it is kind of a weird flip of the All Might Midoriya dynamic, where All Might will put a whole heap of pressure on Deku to force him to rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
Speaking of it, so at the very beginning of this episode, we see inside the minds of Midoriya and Midoriya and the gang, and just him flashing back to All Might saying, "One day you'll have to fight him," and Midoriya's like,
I have to
okay,
fight this?
I have to fight what? What? I thought this was like Shigaraki. I'll fight Shigaraki. I mean, put me on a level playing field, but this fucker, oh shit.
Yeah, I like just look like I said, after that cliffhanger when you're just like seeing the entire place laid to waste and you're looking at that guy and just everybody just so terrified that they can't move. I'm just, oh my God, it's not even like heavy power scaling in this case. It's just this insurmountable, like, how much training does he have to go through until his body can handle, like, fucking One for All to the point where he'd be able to stand up to something like that.
And not to mention the response from everybody else is fantastic too. Like where Midoriya, he's like, no, I have to do something. Takes one step. Ida's like, no. Oh no. I see you right there.
Absolutely none of this shit right now. Don't even fucking try it.
Yeah, the expressions in this are A+. And you can see all of them. Fucking Yairose is over there trying not to lose her shit. She's like,
trying not to die.
yeah, it's like if she breathes, she might vomit, and it's like, yep.
Yeah, they all look like they are going to throw up. They are super in over their heads, and this like shit just gets crazier when all the villains show up with Bakugo, and then he's just fighting for his life, trying not to get touched, and like not like sort of holding his own, but in a way that's like he's backed into a corner and has no absolute fucking way to get out of this.
Also, great show on Bakugo's part. He's surrounded by 5 real villains, and he's dodging and weaving, and he's like...
He knows they don't want to kill him, though.
Yeah.
If they wanted to kill him, like, that's a different story entirely.
Yeah, and even still, he is buying time. He's not going to be able to hold them off forever.
And
Yeah.
fucking All Might shows up and just, fuck yeah, this episode... Dude.
All Might is... Okay, so can we talk about how angry All Might is right now?
Yeah.
Like, so...
Pissed off All Might is, like, my
His
new
eyes
aesthetic.
go black.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of angry All Might. Last time we saw him without his signature smile was when the Nomu showed up, and he was pretty upset there that his students had been touched. Here, he is just full on, like, ready to kill All For One. He says, I'm going to put you behind bars where you belong, and I'm like, no, you're not. You're going to kill him.
I mean,
That's what
like,
you're
literally
going
the
to
last
do.
thing he does is, like, smash his skull. And that's almost when I expected him to reveal, haha, it was just a Doom bot. But... like, he just kept talking. Like, I don't know what sick fucking powers this guy has that he's taken, but it's obviously a lot because the implication is that he's basically immortal and he has been taking powers for generations.
Yeah, he's got a stockpile, all right. You notice that part where he's like, strength boost ×2. And
Along
it's
with
like,
this elasticity and then the wind burst.
yeah, he's not only got powers, he's got enhancers. This guy is scary, strong, and a really big deal. And it's kind of, it took us 3 seasons to get to him, but the buildup has been like huge. And now he's here and wrecking All Might's shit.
Yeah, and just the nonchalant way that he does it too. Like, oh yeah, that's a good combo. I like that one. I'm gonna use that one more.
Yeah, I'm just going to use this to kind of like counteract his strength, and then I'll blast him back because he can't go all out when there are innocents around.
It's crazy to think about because he's always been the #1 villain. All Might's the 6th generation of...
#1 heroes.
Yes.
Wait, has All For One... I'm
He's
sorry,
the 6th
has All-
inheritor.
no. Has All Might always been #1?
Well, obviously
his
before he
appearance.
had One For All, he didn't, but...
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when All Might, when our version of All Might showed up, like, was the previous generation already #1? That's what I'm curious.
I don't know. Like, they don't really go into that era. Like, at least not much, but it's clear that that person was, at the very least, a very powerful hero because doesn't All Might say pretty much flat out to Midoriya that he didn't have powers before he got All For One, or One For All?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, he didn't have any. Oh, actually, no.
Yeah,
he didn't. Didn't he have? I could have sworn.
I thought he blatantly mentioned that he did not have
Yeah,
a quirk.
no, he didn't. At least I don't think he did. But anyway, no. My point being ultimately is that we know that All Might as he is right now is number one. I'm just wondering if Shimura was. Like,
Yeah.
that's my curiosity.
Also, like, how many generations out are we from the first Quirks again? Like, I can't remember. Obviously, it's commonplace in the world,
Well,
and there have been at least 7 All for One or One for Alls.
Yeah, so we might be 7 generations in.
Yeah, I mean, at minimum. But yeah, when they do the little flashback thing in the first episode, they make it seem like it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, because technology hasn't progressed that much.
But I don't know. It's like the Dragon Ball world where some parts of it are just enough like the real world to make it confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, a little closer to the real world. There are real countries. We're in Japan, not Gingertown.
Yeah.
But
we're also going to, Camino Alley and stuff, or like...
Yeah, go to Camino and
Camino Ward and stuff.
Dagobah Beach.
Dagobah Beach. Which, I love the Western fascination with Kohei... I can never remember the mangaka's name, and that makes me feel bad. But I love his fascination with the West and Western media. Actually, there's a great chapter or tankobon cover that's a throwback to Venom versus Spider-Man with Muscular versus Deku, and it's great.
nice.
That's pretty awesome.
And you can see, and it's also great to see that, and that plays into this too, where you see a lot of stuff about generational powers, but you also see the meaning to be a hero here. It's a very Western concept, a lot of these different heroes and their costumes. They're not like Japanese superheroes, but you see a lot of Japanese sensibilities. So I don't know. I love talking about the essence of what makes my hero. But yeah.
So character point that we haven't really talked about yet, Deku's whole big silly combo
Yeah.
platter plan.
I was gonna
Hard
say,
Boys,
let's get to the meat of the episode here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hard Boy's only function there is to be the one whose hand that Bakugo takes because he is the only one that he
Has
would
been trying to
accept.
build a friendship with him.
Not the only. Remember, he's also like, you have to break the wall.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
true. Good point.
Like-
Yeah, we need to
because-
use you as a battering ram.
Yeah, because they can't go over the wall without getting up to a higher area. They're like, okay, we're gonna have to literally go right through this wall so they don't notice us.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, his primary point is you have to be the one to call out to Bakugo. And
Bakugo, let's go!
I love
Fucking
that.
bromance, man.
The bromance at full maximum, and I'm like, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's been present low key for quite a long time, but
Although it's mostly been, it's Kirishima, right?
Kirishima.
It's mostly been Kirishima just trying to buddy up with him, and Bakugo just being like, shut up.
Well,
Just kind of trying to play the toady, basically.
but as you'll notice over time, Bakugo stopped arguing with them and stopped pushing them away.
Yeah.
And they just and I think part of it has to do with not only is Kirishima like, yeah, let's do it, and all about this shit. So Bakugo is like, okay, you're not weak, you're not a coward. And also, he's really strong. And if you're going to be friends with Bakugo, you're going to have to be able to deal
Take
with
a
a guy
blast.
who can literally explode your car. And so Kirishima's kind of this great fit for a character as rough as Bakugo is. They make good friends. They've got good synergy. And here we see that.
he's able to stand up to him without threatening him, and
Yeah.
that is a hard thing to do when you're trying to be a friend with a dude like that.
He's able to pull japes on him and joke on him.
Yeah.
And that's also been an interesting thing about Bakugo is that, once he got into hero school, yeah, he's really strong, but he also found himself at the bottom of the social ladder. He's getting mocked and picked on by all the other kids because they noticed that he's the socially awkward one.
Yeah.
He's the one who's fucking...
He's the one that came from a school where I had the best quirk there, so I gotta be amazing.
Yeah.
And then on the other side you have Deku, and Deku even points out wait a second, now I'm the one who's popular with the classmates? And so yeah, he finds a friend, and they're like this, and I don't ship, but kitty go for life.
I don't believe you.
I don't ship out of habit. But yeah, no, this they're just a cute couple of boyfriends. That's what they are. They're boyfriends.
It's a bromance.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true. No, it's guy love between two guys.
Well, my bromance with this show continues as I hold up this eggplant.
Yeah.
Surprising no one, this may well have been the strongest episode this season.
Maybe, at least in terms of payoff for in terms of payoff for like what we were left off with before.
Yep.
You know, that amazing like uptick of, oh man, they're doing it. The heroes are going in there. But bam, do I love the dark times.
I love this season top to bottom. Like, I've always been the guy who's like, every bit of this I've enjoyed, even during its rougher areas. And this episode is one of the ones I've been looking forward to the most since this arc started. Just this huge climax where they save Bakugo. Kirishima gets to prove that he's the best bro. And, oh my god, everything about it. Just, it's so good. This is peak My Hero Academia, and I love it.
It's great. I haven't read the manga. I've been watching it as the show's been coming out, and I've been loving its pacing. I'm going to continue to do that. I have no idea where it's going from here, and I'm very excited to keep watching. Just more eggplant, please.
My personal opinion is it only gets crazier from here on out. So.
I mean, I bet they finally just brought the big bad out to play.
Yeah. The next couple of episodes are going to be jaw-dropping, man.
But what about next year's sports festival?
Who's gonna win Quidditch this year, you guys?
By the way, I wanted to point this out. The My Hero Academia movie is showing at Anime Expo.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm kind of going to try and get tickets. I won't lie.
You can try, but the scheduling there is tight, man.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Glad
Thanks for joining
to fill
us.
in for Grant. I do love this show. I'm just usually busy on Mondays, but
And for all of you,
I'm here all day anyway. So
Yeah.
and for all of you who are missing Grant's opinion, we'll definitely make sure to get his next week. It probably won't be as long as this, but you know,
Fucking sucks.
yeah, right. Yeah, no, exactly. He's gonna hold up a knife and say, "You shouldn't have put Nick in for me."
Don't put eggplants in my mouth. Wait.
they are kind of a garbage vegetable.
Oh, damn.
They are. Anyway, that's my hot take.
Well, thank you again
Catch
for
you around.
joining us for My Hero Academia. We'll see you next week. Grant will be back, and we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Awesome.